Hey, back here. Back here. We're not going up.
Don't touch me.
Hey, do not get combative.
Don't touch me.
Listen.
Don't touch me.
You're not getting in your vehicle.
No.
Welcome back. This is Jason Matthews. I am a recently retired law enforcement officer. I was also a use of force instructor and a taser instructor during my career. And this is part 3 as I continue to comment on this public domain video that was released out of Florida. And I'm giving you my perspective on what I might be thinking if I was in this officer's shoes, what actions I might consider, and also giving you some information that the general public doesn't know about law enforcement. And this is based on my training and experience. I don't know the details of this incident, and this is all hypothetical, being that a body camera is a limited static view of the incident. I'm just reacting to what I'm seeing in real time, just like you. But before we get started, if you support the police, click the like button. And if you do not support the police, click the dislike button. It's anonymous, and I'm just curious of where you stand. Now, in part 2, I asked the question, was it appropriate for the officer to touch this individual based on what you are seeing? And I asked you to comment. If you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, go back and watch part 1 and part 2 first, and then come back. And so we see here, the officer has touched the individual again. And so I want to know from you, the viewer, again, in the comments below, is this also, is it or is it not justified based on just what you're seeing? And I'm just basing this on just what I'm seeing hypothetically, because we don't know from a static body camera view all the details. Neither one of us were there. We're just basing this on what we're seeing in this video. And this is why a lot of these videos are released, because there's a demand in the public for to have a release of these videos for transparency. Do you believe that the officer was justified in this moment in time in touching the individual? And so what we have here is what we call this a use of force. What is a use of force? A use of force is any time an officer uses force on someone, such as touching them and anything in between, all the way up to deadly force. So this is a use of force. And here in just a minute, we're going to see another use of force.
You pull back again one more time, you're going to
Don't
handcuffs.
touch me.
All right, turn around and put your hands behind your back.
No, don't
Put your hands behind
touch
your
me.
back.
No,
Put your hands behind your
don't.
back. Put your hands behind your back. I'm not going to tell you again.
Don't touch me.
807, come back. She's fighting me.
No,
Put your hands.
I didn't fight you.
What did I say? Hands behind your back. Do it now.
I didn't fight you. I didn't.
So this individual is saying, I didn't fight you, if I understand correctly. And I believe what she's saying is, you're not justified in doing what you're doing because I didn't fight you. So you as the viewer, another question I pose to you. If the individual here did not fight the officers, do the officers still have the ability and justification to put hands on her and to apply handcuffs in this circumstance? And I will answer that question based on what I'm seeing here in just a moment.
I didn't fight these men. I
Well, then-
didn't really fight
Then
you.
what's
I
happening?
just asking,
Trying to
like,
walk
I
off
want
and I
to
tried
see
to
my
grab her and she went
daughter.
back.
Okay.
I just want
Walk
to
back
see
here.
my daughter.
Come back.
Walk back here. Now. We're going back here.
My daughter is waiting for me.
Have a seat.
Have a seat.
Get all the way in.
I need my stuff. I need my car.
We're gonna
What do
turned
you want?
off.
What do you want from your car?
No, I
Get back in the car.
need my stuff. I need my bag. I need my kids.
Good grief.
You need to understand, you are currently under the arrest for
I
DUI.
didn't just shut the road.
Yes, ma'am.
This guy
You cannot-
just wanted just-
No, it's not anything like that. It's not, we want to do anything. We want you to follow the lawful commands that we're giving you, and you can't do
I
that.
want my daughter.
So the individual has been told they are under arrest. So let's answer the question from my perspective. because this is a general, I believe, from videos that I've watched also on YouTube, in the comment section, many people believe that if someone is not fighting law enforcement, then law enforcement has no justification to use force on a person. And that is generally not the case. If someone is not complying with orders, if someone is not complying with something that they legally are required to do, if someone is not cooperating, generally speaking, then a law enforcement officer has justification and the law behind them. Each circumstance is different, but I'm speaking generally, has the justification to use the minimum amount of force necessary to restrain the individual enough to arrest them, and nothing beyond that, of course. And that does it for part 3. I hope you found this video informative. I believe it is in the public interest to know this information. Based on what we've been seeing recently, a lot of misunderstanding about what law enforcement can and can't do based on certain circumstances, because these body camera videos are being released regularly now, which was not the case in the past. And now we have a lot of questions here about why is law enforcement doing what they're doing. And so there's a lot of justifications and actions that law enforcement are taking for certain reasons that the general public does not clearly understand. And so my goal here is to enlighten the public as to why a law enforcement officer might take an action or might not take an action. So if you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to be notified when new videos are released. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.